So we'll attempt to draw this in isometric. So what is presented to us is the first angle projection of some block. Looks simple enough. So we can assume this point here, K, as our lowest point. Now, if you look at the top view, of course, this is the top view of the plan. It looks as though we have three distinct sections. So we have section 1, section 2, and section 3. So we know that we are going to have protrusions of these three sections, but at what height? The front view can give us some information about the protrusion height. So for area 1, it appears that this is the height that we can extrude the area 1 to. Now, if I were just to, trace this upwards, you would see that the area 2 corresponds to this height here, and area 3 will be that. So with us being armed with this information, maybe let's switch over and see if we can draw this in isometric. So that's area 1, height for area 2, and then a height for area 3. So let's switch over and see if we can draw this in isometric. So before we start our isometric drawing, we will need to have our isometric axis. So some vertical line, and then the isometric axis to the right. And then isometric axis to the left. Right, and then we should have some horizontal line. Okay, and as we know, for isometric drawings, the dimension of the axis to the horizontal should be 30 on either side. So you make sure your construction and then we'll continue our actual drawing having put in this axis. Okay, so now we have the isometric axis in place. So let's now attempt to draw the top view. So the overall dimensions are 50 on the one side and then 55 on the other side. So I have 50 here, then 55 there. All right, so I head back. So 50, and that will be 55. 50 and back to 55. So I have the bounding box or the overall edges, right? And then looking at our drawing, the height of this bounding box or the height of sector 1 is 10. So let me pull that up by 10. So 10, $55. Okay, so now I have the base, the very bottom. So for an isometric drawing, these lines will go away, and that is what I have. So I have the base or sector 1. Okay, so sector 1 is done. That is this area. Now I have sectors 2 and 3. If we look at our drawing, we see that sector 2 has the dimensions of 25 on each side. So I have 25 here, 25 there. And then on the front view, I have this distance being 35 minus 10. So the height on this side is going to be 25 as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in. Okay, so I measure 25 here, and then 25 there, and then 25 on this side as well. Now, mind you, all the objects or visible outlines that we draw should always be parallel to the isometric axis that we've defined. That is the lines in blue. Okay, and then the height we said was 25. 25 here, 25 there, 25, and then another 25. Now you use your instruments, connect this to that, and connect these two together. Then obviously these internal lines will go away. Okay, so now we have the sector 2. Let's now look at the final sector, which is the sector 3. This sector here, 3. So you see that we didn't actually need the information on the side view, on the right side view, right? The top view and the front view were actually sufficient to help us to draw. Okay, so if you look at the sector 3, you'd see that it has on the plan, the dimensions on the plan are 15. A very simple calculation would tell you that this distance here is 15, that is 50 minus 35, and then on the front view, we can tell that this distance here is 40 minus 25, which is also 15. And then on the front view, we also now know that the height here is 15. So here we have our work, and we use the same technique. So on the plan, we will measure 15 from here, and then 15 from there, then 15 going that way. Now the height is 15, and I'll do this until I complete the shape. All right, and then we have to make some little adjustments here, and then and this is about it. This is how we solve the problem.